Yo, it's your boy Tonio coming to you live with another episode of White Noises. Before I begin, man, y'all went crazy on episode 1. Did numbers. In the first 2 days of launching the YouTube, we went from 0 subscribers, 0 views, put the video out, and 48 hours we got over 300 views, 350 something views, not to count, but to say that this is strictly based off of word of mouth. There's no campaign, there's no strategic marketing. This is all word of mouth. San Antonio, you guys all putting this together, coming behind the local artists and truly pushing their craft and motivating them to keep working. Man, one thing about me, I believe in teamwork and pushing one to the next level to bring everything up. It only takes one to make it. It only takes one to break that glass ceiling, and more artists can come behind them and bring in these bigger acts and these voices and these faces to the city of San Antonio to bring not only hope but change to the music industry, the artistry, and every other craft that influences our culture. So once again, I want to say thank you all on a job well done. I want to say thank you all for getting behind White Noises and believing in us and trusting the platform and not only taking the time to subscribe, but actually tuning in to the artists and listen to what they have to say and enjoy the performance. Again, thank you. Yo, it's your boy Tonio. We're here live with another episode of White Noises. And tonight I have a special guest with us.
Yo, what up? Shout out White Noise. It's high quality. Sasha Skare. You know what it is. Go ahead. Appreciate y'all for having me out here where you live. Let's do this thing.
This is the first female artist that we're having, and we're having her on pretty soon. So if that says nothing, it says that women are actually they're involved, they're out here, and they're letting themselves be known. There's no more days of women just being in the dark now. As you can see, big artists like Megan Thee Stallion, City Girls, all that, pushing the culture on their own, like real muscle, man. But one thing about this artist I want you to know, bro, she got it all. She got everything. She got all three. She got the looks, she got the voice, and she got the artistry. You know what I mean? She's not just your typical artist. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't let the face fool you. She ain't just no singer. Although she does that very well, she also rapping. You know what I mean? So I just want you all to know that, man, do not sleep on what's to come and White Noises in this episode tonight, man. Damn, I appreciate y'all for tuning in again and keep this thing rolling. Keep the artists motivated. I appreciate it. Sasha Skare, the Satin Princess. That's what I like to call it because it's just fitting. You know what I mean? One thing about this artist here, she got it all. She got all three. She got the looks, she got the voice, but not only is she singing, she rapping. So don't even let the face fool you. And on top of that, man, she got the artistry. You know what I mean? You don't find that too often nowadays. You see artists who stick in one craft and they only do that one particular thing. But as you can see, man, she mastered it all. And she ain't scared to show it. And that's one thing we don't find nowadays. So if you can, introduce yourself.
I really appreciate that, Sasha. Yes. Definitely, I do appreciate that. I just, there is like this type of saying where it's like, oh, you gotta like master one thing, focus on one thing, take your time on one thing, which is cool, like, but it's like, I feel like, if you can do multiple things and kind of just give your all, like, it'll flow, like, just let it flow. And if you can just do it, like, there's no limits to like what people are able to do. So I feel like if you want to focus on one thing, that's cool. And I feel like I try my best to focus on like one thing. I'm just like, what should I do? Like, should I do a song? Should I do a painting? And I'm just like, I just do whatever makes me feel good. So.
Yeah. So you're just going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that with more so artists who are into like vibrations and energy and stuff like that. Does that typically channel your music? You would say?
Mm-hmm.
It's based on like your mood, your energy.
Mm-hmm. my music definitely, I try to focus on the vibration of how, like what I'm like the type of vibration I'm putting out, because you know it's there's like points where you got to focus on the business and you got to be like, okay, like have a strategic plan. And I'm just like, I'm more of a person, I'm like, I just want a good vibe, I just want to sing and put it out there.
Yeah. Okay. So before we get into like the in-depths of who you are as an artist, I want to touch on some of more so the musical aspects, because that's what we try to push primarily, because that's what captures the audience. But more so, that's what nowadays is making people go from a nobody to a somebody overnight. Music has the ability to do that. So when you're looking at your craft and you're talented at a lot of things, is there one that you would say is more of a career choice over the others, or it all holds the same for you?
I would definitely say not more of a career choice, because like I want to make everything like I do like a career, like, but as far as how everything is going, like music is something like I'm just more like I don't mind if it's a career or not. Like I just want it to be what it is. And like painting is something like it's more of something that I have that's a service to others. So I'm like, it's more of a career because I'm doing it for others, and you know I also do it for my like own passion, but it's more of like it turned into a career because of the fact that I do for others.
Okay.
So yeah, like painting is more in the career aspect, but I told myself, I was like, if I could choose one, it would be painting, definitely.
Okay.
But music is always my definite love.
So when did you find one vice the other? Like at a young age, did you become a singer, or were you just painting and then you found out that you sung, or how did it come about for you?
My dad, I've been involved in music my whole life. Music definitely is something that I was like, yo, like, this is something I see in my future. This is something that I love doing. I would sit there and freestyle, listen to beats, and just like the vibe that would just come with it. Like, I'm just like, I love this and I want to do this for sure. Like, and that's just something that's been a part of my life. And painting, I was more of like, that's just something that, I kind of like grew into and I was doing, and I just would draw and paint in school and stuff, and it kind of just happened. Like,
I feel you. Yo, before we get into the next question, we're gonna lead into a segue. We're gonna preview a sample of her music.
I can't let them take my soul, nah, nah. I've been on my soul, I've been on the road, I can't stop.
Alright. So, since you've been doing music, I see that you do have 3 songs out that are published. You got 2 of your own by yourself. And then you have a collaboration with Pop Stunner is his name. But you do have other music that's in the works. So out of the 3 that are out there now, could I ask you if you have a favorite, which one is it?
Ooh. That's a good question. My favorite, I would say, definitely, because honestly, I really don't put out music unless like I really like the song. So like they're all my favorite, but I would say Zoom.
Yeah.
Because it's just a vibe, like.
For sure. I know that song work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no, yeah. I ain't playing with you. But because it's more so, it's just like trying to get to know the artist and really understanding, like, where you're going with it. Because I can hear music on a surface level, but it ain't really touching on how you came up with creating it. And as you just said, like, you're more so sensitive with what you put out. You're almost a perfectionist, what it sounds like. So, like, going forward with new music, like, is that what you're searching for, you say?
Searching for as far as the sound?
Yeah, just like having your, like, best work before. Do you think that would be a hold up for you? Like, waiting for that perfection?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think waiting for perfection is will be a hold up. But that I try not to like do that. But I feel like I just, okay, so I came to the conclusion where it's like, even though I might not feel like it's the best song I ever made, it's still something that, was made for somebody to hear and listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was just like, I'm not gonna really think too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I feel like I'm excited about this song, like this is something that I love, that's like what I'm going for, for real.
So for you as like a individual, what do you think your role is in portraying like your music? Like, is it more so like, I hate to say like any particular name, but like we see nowadays more like sex sales, like the City Girls and Meg Thee Stallion every other day. Like, is that your vibe, or you're more so like an Erykah Badu or a Her, or those are that type?
I feel like I'm more of, honestly, like I'm really still trying to figure out myself, but I'm more of on the like breaks of conscious and talking deeper instead of trying to push, just sex and money and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm more about pushing something that's deeper and something that people can actually feel good about and learn from.
I feel you. I definitely respect that, because it's almost not applauded enough that there are strong women in music. And I'm not saying that any other is weak, because a woman embracing her sexuality and understanding, because a lot of that gets suppressed by like a man's dominant sport. So men look at women like, oh, I can't respect her because this is what she portrays. But me personally, I think a powerful woman is a powerful woman in general, in any aspect that a woman decides to portray herself, rather it's sexual or not. But looking at yourself personally, like, is that more so like you stepped in consciousness based on something that took place in your life, or maybe the representation of someone in your family that, like, this is how I was raised, so this is who I'm gonna present myself as? What do you think that is for you?
Definitely. I feel like it's, for me, it's more of, because I was like more into, just kind of freestyling and rapping. Because I respect where people are coming from when they do, kind of just freestyle and rap about whatever they want to rap about, because it's a certain amount of freedom and confidence that comes with that. And but as far as me, like, it's just more of what I want to push and what I feel like I'm called to do. Like, I have my moments where I'm like, in my vibe, and I'm just like rapping about whatever and going off and stuff. But
you gotta talk your shit.
Exactly. But it's just like when I rap like that, I'm just like, it's cool, but it doesn't really satisfy me like that. But it's still cool.
Yeah. Okay, I feel you. That's some real shit, because me personally, I don't rap, but I be rapping. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna kick my little thing too. Not that I have a career or any idea of ever wanting to do that, but it's all, I think it's just in us as people to have that part of more so like freedom. Like, this is me being able to release myself in this moment. We in the car, we headed to a venue. I'm about to just kick it real quick. You know what I mean? So, I know you mentioned like your father being an influence. in your life at an early age to get you into artistry altogether. Like as you growing, like, cause you are still young, what can people expect from you? Like on any level or any one of your particular crafts? Like, you know what I mean? Growing, even if it's in painting, like do you see yourself doing more so things on like a more so like, not that it's, I hate to use the word mature because it's not immature, but like more so on the, like if you're gonna paint a picture, it'd be on like a museum type level, or if you're gonna make a record, it'd be on a, you know, billboard type level. Do you see yourself trying to push to that level, or?
I do. Definitely. I feel like this is my life, so I feel like I put my all into it. If it doesn't happen, it's not like I really mind. It's just, you know, as long as I keep pushing and, you know.
And let it find you.
Right.
Is that more so like the mindset? Because even sitting in like right now and conversating with you, it's more so like it's energy based. Like, you know what I mean? So you just kind of going with whatever you feel in the room. So I'm gonna ask a question because I'm not very familiar with it, but is that more so like a spirituality thing, or like how does that actually work for like someone like yourself?
It's I feel like it's more like I just try to do what makes me feel like, okay, this is right. Like this makes me feel right inside. Like this is good. Just personally, like, and I just try to get to that, and you know, it's just like a process, I guess.
Yeah. But even with, now that we're at the end of 2020 and everything that's went on this year, like how do you even still keep that, like, not like that patience, that energy, that everything? I mean, in some fashion you had to have been affected 2020. Who hasn't?
Definitely.
Like, so even for you, like, how do you still keep that intact?
That's a good question. How? I feel like I still, like, I try, like, I still learn, and especially from other people too. Like, I just try to, cause I hear everything, like this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. But I just kind of try to remind myself, like, everything has been kind of just leading up to this, and however, you know, we choose to handle that, it's like they say it's the end of the world, you know, but it's like it's always, the end is always a new beginning. So I feel like as long as we just see, you know, the positive out of everything, like, and you know, not just disregard the negative, but kind of just be like, okay, this is happening, but what does, like, you know, what are we really meant to be doing? Like, what's coming after this? Like, we just need to kind of, well, not we just need to, because I'm like, it's not like I know, like, what's right or wrong at the end of the day, but I just feel like, I don't know. I try to take it serious, but it's like, I feel like just enjoying life is something that's important at the end of the day. Like, no matter what's going on. And what's going on outside is going to happen regardless. Like, it's going to happen. As long as you're enjoying what you're doing, like, we're going to go through pain. We're going to go through pain regardless. So I just try to enjoy life as much as I can. Like,
that's it's powerful to hear that from somebody, like, not that I know your age, but like being so young to have that amount of wisdom. Like, where did that come from? Like, I know like over time you develop it, but you sometimes you meet people who like just gain it faster than others. Like sitting right next to you almost like feels like sitting next to a unicorn, damn near, because you don't see a lot of people with that mindset and that thought process. Because a person like me, I either have to be all the way tuned into it, or I have to be all the way out of it. Like, I literally have to close the door on it and walk away because it will play with me. But like, for someone like you, it just seems like you just know what you're gonna allow into your aura and you're not. It is. How does one gain that mindset, do you think? Or it's just born? It's in you?
Mm, it's definitely, I feel like it's in everybody. It's just the fact that going through things that activate what just the honestly, like, I've just always been somebody that, I just want to, kind of just be myself. Like,
Yeah.
like, even though I try to please others and like do what's best and make others feel like good too, but I feel like it just comes with that self-love and learning more about yourself and kind of just going within. Like, it's just something that people find within themselves, I feel like.
Okay.
And if you like, however you choose to express it is however. Because honestly, like, I feel like it's, I feel like I see the same thing all the time. And I'm just like, I just want to see different. Like, I just want to see different. Like, so, like, I don't know. I guess it's just people are unique in their own way. And however they choose to express that is like, however it is.
I feel you. I feel you. All right, we're going to cut into another quick break and preview some more music from Sasha.
I've been so passive aggressive to all the bullshit that you've been texting. Just grateful that you would end up checking on me when I'm trying my hardest not to be reckless. Got my heart on my necklace. Call my family, let them know that I'm in this. Don't care if I win this, cause at least my soul can thank me and say that I already did this. Make you wish that you can go back and do what I been did. Don't be so timid. I'd rather just let you know all the things that I've mentioned. Maybe a couple vacays I can invite some more women. Love how it hits the mic, this is the life that I'm living. This life is a vision. Hear it in my voice, I chase my dreams for a living. Of course I'm not in no bullshit, yeah, I really be chilling.
What are some of the key things that you like seen in your career thus far, like performance wise, just opportunity wise as a whole?
What are the most things? Definitely I feel shows and for the most part I be getting myself in there. Like, I be kind of networking, meeting the right people, because it's all about meeting the right people. And definitely the social media helped me with getting into like shows and
So for shows, are you thinking like venues that you performed at live, or you've done things like other than that? But if it's venues live, let's get into that for sure.
Oh, wait, what was the question?
Like some opportunities that you've had so far as an artist, like being able to perform in front of a crowd.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? You've done a packed arena before? Not a packed arena, but a packed venue before?
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely an unforgettable like experience, because you see how people are really just genuinely like feeling you, and they're just like, yo, like, that's dope. And I feel like the best thing is like seeing the people that, I kind of meet along the way, and how people just like my music, because, how artists, like, they're iffy about their music sometimes, when you see how people like love it and how they choose to fuck with it, like, it's cool, like, to see that. And when people turn up, it's definitely a nerve-wracking experience, though. Like, it's just like...
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Like performing like that on the spot in front of a lot of people, like...
It's nerve-wracking.
Does it get better over time? Or is that just something like, that's always there, the butterflies, it's always there?
It just depends. Because the butterflies are definitely always there, but sometimes I feel more comfortable than others, just of the simple fact of how it's going and what the show is like, just is, and how people are just like vibing with everybody. So
okay. So like, you've done things like almost Hollywood. So you've been in the source. How did that come about? and how has that, like, not more so like stoked your ego, but like let you know, like, I can do this type thing. Was that like a one-off thing, or that's like something you like put in the works?
It's well, really, just off the fact that working and making music and getting to know the people that I know, like, when, you know, you work with certain people, like, okay, you said, hold on.
Look, we are not editing this. We're going live. We'll let her be her. So at the same time, understand, look at her personality, look at the person that she is, so you know how she moving, like the wind, the herbs. So we're gonna be patient with her.
Please
Know who she is. But now the question is, you know, just having the opportunities to like be presented in the source. Like, to me, that's a big deal. Yeah. They couldn't put me in the source. I don't care if it was on the back of it. Like, I'm letting somebody be known, like, for like you as an artist, like, how does that like stoke your ego if it does? Like,
see, that's the thing though, like, it just doesn't. But I feel like I learned to appreciate it. And coming with, you know, my engineer and stuff, like, he definitely puts in the work too to make sure that I'm good all around, and that when it comes to the business aspect, that I'm not just, you know, just kind of just doing whatever. Like, if I feel like if it's a hit, like, you know, it's gonna, like, my team gonna make sure, like, yo, like, this needs to be pushed for sure.
Okay.
So with the source, like I said, like, it comes with knowing the right people and people who really believe in you. Like,
is that something that, like, now that I'm on the music side, is that something that like an engineer would typically do? Like, in regards to like pushing the artist to that level of like being like, it was an article, I'm assuming, in the source. Is that normal?
Yes. If you have those connections, like, why not? And I see a lot of people, like engineers, producers, like managers, like, as long as it's a team and we trying to move up, like, we gonna do that for sure. Like,
100%.
Regardless.
Yeah, I definitely believe in teamwork and like trying to win from all aspects. So I didn't know of the article. I just was put on to it. Mm-hmm. So for artists that are upcoming, like, did that get any like doors open for you just being in the source and that being global? Did that give you any traction for your career, like music wise, to like say like, yeah, I'm here and I'm here to stay and I can keep going and going to the next level? Mm-hmm. Like, did that do that for you?
I feel like it definitely made people, you know, pay attention. Like, you know, cause I've been working like a while. So with the growth, it's just, my listeners and stuff, it's been continuously growing as far as like being put in playlists and so like multiple things. And with that, like, it just made people like, okay, yeah, like, this is serious. Like, it's not just whatever.
Yeah. So like, with your personality and only from your standpoint, because some do and some don't, does the numbers matter? Like, everyone's dropping like their Spotify and their Apple numbers and what country they've been in and their streams. Does that matter to you?
Honestly, like, it doesn't. And to a certain extent, like, it's like, okay, yeah, like, you have numbers, you have people that are listening to you, but like, if your music's good and I really like it, like, I don't care, like, who listens to you. Like, but when it comes to like, okay, like, you know, we gotta keep pushing, we gotta move up, we gotta like get it out there. Like, of course numbers like matter because that's how you see who's listening to you. That's how you see who's like really fucking with you. That's how you see, I'm cussing.
No, definitely do that.
That's how you see, like, you know, who's like, if you really like out there, like making people feel like, yeah, this is an artist. I want to listen to.
Yeah, even though like you're so laid back, is there still a competitive nature to Sasha? Like, are you out here going for it? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that that's in everybody, but in some people, like, you get in the room and you about to rock the stage right now, you coming in with that confidence, like, yeah, this is my shit. You know what I mean? Oh, do you even feel that? Or if you don't, that's cool. I'm just curious.
But I try to give everybody, like, you know, I try to show love to everybody. I try to support everybody, and like I try not to be competitive because I feel like being competitive like that kind of like strains my energy. So I'm like, might as well just, you know, see how, and I enjoy seeing other people like, you know, in their vibe. So I'm just like, you know, when I get on stage, I'm just, you know, I'm a rock it, you feel me? I'm gonna shoot. But I rather see other people like, you know, in their vibe as well as like being my own instead of like being like, you know, okay,
like
this is mine, this is mine, like I'm it, like I'm this, like, cause it's like, it's gonna happen regardless, like.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask a question for the fellas because a lot of people been on it, ask this, ask that,
what?
and not one thing is specific, but I have more so requests. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
More so requests as just like being into who you are as a individual. I know you protect your energy at all costs. So, like, moving forward and being an artist and being in a world of being on the main stage and having people watching you, what does it take for someone to, like, be more than just, like, a bystander in your life and be involved in your life in other aspects? Whatever that is for you.
What does it take?
What does it take? Like, is that like an energy-based thing? Is it who you are as a person? You gotta have somebody that match what you into artist-wise, or what is that for you? That you think? And I don't know you, so I'm just asking out of curiosity for others.
What does it take? Definitely, I feel like it takes. To me personally, I'm more of like, I'm a person that's like, are you gonna be in my life forever? Like, if you're not, like, I'm cool with everybody, don't get me wrong, like, but it's like, as far as being someone who's just close to me, and I just feel like, you know, I enjoy who I enjoy, and it's hard. It's hard.
No.
It's hard.
That's a great answer because it really opened up the door to what I was going to ask next. You have a song on SoundCloud, Trace, and it goes into that as well. It's more so one of them things where you said in the song, one of the lines was like, if we gonna be there, we gonna be there. And at another point, you said you're gonna turn them into a pilgrim. So
I always think about that. I'm like, yo, why did I say that? Like,
so for that song, like you was kind of getting in your bag of like what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And that's just all you on that song. So like, since that song has been released, has things changed? Is that still the same for you? More so in regards to like what it takes for someone to be in your life in a personal aspect.
Definitely, I want to build with. I don't like. I enjoy meeting people. I really do, but I don't like people that are just like in and out and kind of just like, okay, like I'm here and I'm like, you know, like whatever. But like, you know, you meet people and you're like, yeah, we cool from a distance, and like, yeah, it's cool. You feel me? Like, but you know, as far as like getting close to me personally, like definitely, like we gotta build. Like, why not?
Yeah.
We gotta build. And as far as turning into a pilgrim, like that had nothing to do. That had nothing to do.
I was curious, like, what that even means. I'm thinking of like a pilgrim, like, so wait, he gonna have to up and leave his home?
No.
Like, what y'all about to do? Y'all about to go get the wagon? Y'all about to go cross country? Like, I was curious on that line too, because I had never heard that. I hadn't heard nobody being turned into a pilgrim. And if you gonna make me go back to the 18, 15 years, like, what comes with this? Like, I gotta know how to ride a horse?
No, look, okay, because it was more of a punchline. It had nothing to do with the Bill song, and it was like turning to a pilgrim was more of like, okay, like travel, like come to me, like you gonna want to travel the world type shit, like
you gonna want to see places with
exactly.
If like, we going there,
right?
Okay, yeah. I feel that has more understanding to it because we was listening to it on the way here, and I was like, shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're gonna be living out of van, goddamn, on the road. So
okay, we can do that
That's cool though. So, I guess before we move into like the performance area, is there anything that like I missed or the people should know of you, about you, how to find you, like, you know what I mean? In regard, cause you know, you do other things other than perform live on stage, you know, like, what are some other aspects that people should know about Sasha?
I mean, you know, besides social media, my high quality, original, you know, you can find me there. All my stuff is linked to that page. As far as me, like, you know, I just keep growing. Like, it's really, I'm just doing what I love at the end of the day. And being able to, like, kind of turn that into what I do in life, like, I feel like that's a real blessing. And I'm, like, just grateful for everybody that supports me. For real, for real.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, that's a big thing because, you know, like I said again, man, like, you come with a lot of wisdom. And to be so young at that, like, you just don't find it so often. And, you know, it took me a lot of years to find that type of, like, growth, or to even be able to do something consistently, you know, for a long period of time. And for you to be able to do it now, and it seems like the sky's the limit on where you could be in the future. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I always felt like, you know, the younger, like, I feel like kids younger now that are younger than me are, like, doing things that I feel like I wasn't even doing at that age. So I'm like, it's just, I don't know, I feel like things just kind of move faster, like, nowadays.
So what can we expect on the new album?
On the new album?
You gonna be rapping or you gonna be singing?
Both.
Both.
I just kind of want to flow, like, working on freestyling. Like, I really want to freestyle, like, the whole thing, you know, but I have, like, things that I've written, you know, I have things that I freestyled. Just kind of recording, seeing what I like and seeing what's good to just kind of put out in a project.
When can we expect that?
When?
Yeah.
Ooh, I definitely want to I'm going to be dropping a single by next month, definitely. I'm going to be dropping a single. The project will be coming soon after that. I just want to have, like, you know, everything. Videos. I want to drop videos, all that, like, period.
So, video-wise, like, what can we expect? Like, what can we see in your imagery? Like, present yourself in 2021. Like, you going to give more, like, growing sexy, or more of like a artsy type thing? Like, what do you think will be you then? What do you have in mind for yourself? Not that, you know, everything ain't promised, so we never know. But like today, like, do you know what you might have in mind for yourself?
For myself, I have a lot of things that I want to put into fruition. It's just, I feel like my creative process is so, like, I want things that just take a lot of time to, like, just edit and take the video. So it's more of like, at this point, I just need to, like, kind of just let things just be natural. And then when it comes time that I do those, like, creative things where it's like, you know, because I want to make, as far as, like, animation goes, I want to make animated videos. I want to make, you know, all types of stuff. But right now I'm kind of just letting it flow. And, you know, it's going to come out. It's going to be some different, like, live, you know, as far as I could imagine it. Like, I have some things that, you know, I've already recorded and stuff, but, you know, it's some cool stuff. Like, everybody, I'm not going to say everybody because people are unique in their own way, but I just don't want to come out, like, you know, on a, like, just half, like, one foot in, one foot out, like, oh, I just kind of, like, half-assed this. Like, I want to, like, actually have the whole thing, like, just...
You want to live up to the name, like, of high quality, right? Essentially.
For the most part.
I mean, yeah, that's a big deal. So, but before we step out, you got a clothing line coming up that you looking into dropping. What is that going to be based about? Like, not based about, but, like, you know, fabric-wise, look-wise, you know, could you give people a sneak peek into what that might be? Your idea?
Oh, I was like, I'm not gonna let nobody know because they gonna try to take my, but just dang, I don't even think I should let nobody.
Look, nah, and if that's it, I respect it because nowadays you find it harder and harder with social media and everything being right there in your face. Like, you can have it in your head, and you can just be scrolling on your phone and see it, and you be like, damn, they took my idea. But you ain't never told nobody. But that's just how, like,
no, I just went through that today. Yeah. What? Hold on. But no, I'm not tripping, but as far as, like, my clothing line goes, like, you know, I have some shirts and stuff, some prints. I want to put some prints on, like, sweaters and stuff. But as far as, like, really pushing it, I definitely want to go out, find fabrics. I have some designs drawn out. So that's definitely, like, in the process.
What's the name of it?
High quality.
Okay. 100%.
That's, like, basic.
That's a big name to, like, live up to. Because, I mean, every piece has got to be of that.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I'm not trying to do, like, no, just, like, you know, I'm okay with putting my art on, like, things and, like, you know, just wearing it. Because it's still fresh. Don't get me wrong. But I actually want to put in the, like, effort to put the, you know, fabric and design and all that. So.
And by design, you don't mean, like, a logo. You mean, like, putting, like, the pieces together.
Yeah. Like the song, how I want it sewn together and everything like that.
Okay. Well, as we exit this interview, as you can hear, as you can see, she can't be caged. She a free bird. You know, it ain't nothing that she ain't willing to touch on and get into.
And that's you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you for coming out and having this interview. We're gonna go into the live performance.
Thank you.
Okay. Live.
Yo, what up? Shout out White Noise. It's high quality. Sasha's car. You know what it is. Go ahead. Appreciate y'all for having me out here. We lit. Let's do this thing. Just said a whole bunch. I hope that makes sense.
That shit was hard. That shit was hard as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit hard as fuck. Oh God.